is one of the most aesthetic-driven platforms, but it can also be one of the most frustrating. You can't bulk send offers, relisting is time-consuming, and managing listings in bulk, forget it. But I've got good news today. I'm showing you 6 ways to make more money on Depop and exactly how to solve these problems. And stick around for the end when I share the most underrated tip that can help you double your sales in just a few weeks. My name is Lee Meyer for those of you new to the channel, and I've made well over $100,000 flipping used clothes on online platforms, and now I get to use that knowledge to help people just like you be able to be successful in the online reselling space. One of the most frustrating things about Depop is not being able to manage items in bulk and not being able to do things like send offers in bulk. Manual updates drain your time, and when you don't do those updates and send offers, listings can lose their visibility really fast. If you've ever felt like Depop punishes you for taking a day off, these tips are for you. As we're getting started, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Vendoo, for making it possible for me to be here with you. If you're wondering what Vendoo is, it is an amazing cross-listing tool, but it does so much more than that. Down here in the description below this video, you'll actually find a link to be able to get 25% off of your first month. And this tool is invaluable to becoming a successful reseller. So let's go ahead and get started. So tip number 1 is to improve your visual brand. Depop is a visual platform by nature. You can think of your photos as your storefront. It's like walking downtown and doing window shopping. Those items in the window, your photos, need to be enticing. Try and keep things like lighting, the background, and editing all consistent throughout your listings. Think about having a curated feed instead of just a random closet. Tip number 2 is to write titles that sell. While pictures are your storefront, going along with the analogy of window shopping, titles are what get buyers to that window looking at the items that you've got. Make sure that you front load your titles with brand, size, and style. Use aesthetic style-based keywords like grunge, cottagecore, baggy, Y2K. When you are searchable and styled, that's where the magic happens. Tip number 3, rather than having to click into each item to be able to send offers, consider using a tool like Vendoo. What this helps you do is be able to send offers in bulk. For example, 10% off all items that are eligible to make offers on. If you're looking to save yourself some time and to be able to make offers quickly, then this is where it's at. Tip number 4 is to take it a step further and set up auto sending offers. With this, you can have offers going out around the clock, even when you're sleeping. This is a huge time saver for growing closets, especially if you're at that point of getting 100 items or more. With those auto offers, you can set up your percentage of discount as well as rules based on the pricing. So for example, lower dollar items, you could offer a smaller percentage off than say maybe higher dollar items. You maybe have a little bit more wiggle room with those, and you can go ahead and set up a rule for those higher ticket items and be able to give that little bit deeper discount. Plus, you can exclude items that you don't want offers to go out on based on brand, category, if the item is new with tags, and you can even exclude individual items as well as items that are newly listed. Tip number 5 is to refresh your listings. This is going to give them a boost in the search results and bump them up to the top, getting you more views and more sales. Now, you can certainly manually do this yourself, or you can use Vendoo's marketplace sharing tool. This is currently in beta, but by the time you are watching, this will likely be live. With this marketplace sharing tool, you can automate your refreshing so you can walk away and Vendoo will continually be refreshing your items on the schedule that you set up. For example, even 5 times a day, let's say at 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. That means that continually throughout the day, your items are getting refreshed on automation without you having to put in extra effort or time. Depop rewards that recency, the newness of your items, and Vendoo's sharing tool keeps you at the top of those search results. And just a few refreshes a day can give you that algorithm boost that you need without having to upload listings from scratch. That consistent relisting equals consistent sales. And I had to throw in a little bonus tip before we get to that most underrated tip that can help double your sales in just a few weeks. And that bonus tip is to consider selling on other platforms if you aren't already. Vendoo even has an auto sales detect feature for Depop as well as many other platforms. And this allows you to be able to seamlessly sell across multiple platforms without ending up with double sales and having to cancel orders. That auto sales detect actually detects as soon as a sale happens, and then that listing is removed from all other platforms. Trust me, this is a huge stress relief to be able to go about your day and be able to sleep at night like a baby without having to be worrying about duplicate sales. All right, so that most underrated tip that can help you double your sales. This is an easy one that most resellers are not making use of, and that is to use analytics of items that are sold to be able to double down on what is actually working. In other words, do more of what works. You'll want to look at the different brands and categories and styles that are selling well for you. You can review your shop stats right inside of Depop or using Vendoo's analytic tool. And this is really helpful, especially if you're selling across multiple platforms. When you look into that data, that is going to give you insight on what to double down on, the types of items to source, how to tweak your listing style, and be able to list items that are actually getting you traffic and sales. Again, this is one of the most underrated tips that a lot of resellers miss. But when you take the time to do this and to see what is selling, this can really start to help you see that growth in your sales. So to recap, improve your visual brand, write titles that sell, consider bulk sending offers to save time, or better yet, set up auto send offers. Make sure to refresh offers as well as use data from your shop stats or analytics to double down on what's working. So I'd love to know, which tip are you most excited to try out first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not yet using Vendoo, head down in the description below this video to get 25% off your first month or even start a free trial where you can try out all of these features for yourself absolutely free. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel while you're here for more content to help you make more sales and more money in your reselling business. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video soon.